Welcome to Fast Travel, where we jump into the best nature has to offer to get you out there exploring. And because I have COVID, I am stuck in here editing a video I meant to get 2 months ago, but haven't yet. And okay, getting a little bit too autobiographical. Let's jump back, let's get to Idaho, and let's get started. Deep in the heart of the Kaniksu National Forest lie 3 lakes nestled inside a granite valley called the Roman Nose Lakes. A 3-mile out-and-back trail near the end of accessible roads in the Kaniksu National Forest that offers swimming, hiking, and some spectacular views. Also, like and subscribe. Kaniksu National Forest is in Idaho, a state criminally devoid of its own national park, but full of amazing wonders all the same. Roman Nose Lakes are located in the very northernmost county in the state, near Bonners Ferry. But trust me when I say these are remote. 2 of the bigger populations are Spokane, Washington, which is over 130 miles away by car, and Boise, Idaho, which, despite being in the state, is still nearly 500 miles away, which speaks to the true size of the state. Despite how far away they are from everything, they are still totally worth checking out.
It's even got a pretty place to poop up here.
Well, if you weren't sold before, time to get in that car and hit the long road to this little slice of remote oasis. However, getting here can be a little tricky, so here's a couple quick notes.
Alright, so this is going to be pretty important here. When you put in Google Maps to get to Roman Nose Lakes, it will take you to the wrong place. That is a Forest Service access road that will require a 4-wheel drive vehicle. However, there is a better way to get there, and I'm going to try to show you the right way. So I found that if you put in Caribou Pass into your Google Maps, you are going to find a very, very easy way to get to Roman Nose Lakes that is significantly better than if you just plugged in Roman Nose Lakes into Google Maps. So make sure you do that when you head there.
Once you get to Kaniksu National Forest, you'll be driving on mostly dirt roads as you climb an elevation, which goes on for about 17 miles or so off of Route 2 south of Bonners Ferry. There's a designated parking area once you get to Roman Nose Lakes area, which starts to become more clear as the tree lines begin to thin as the elevation continues to climb.
So I am here right now at Roman Nose Lakes. It is actually split into 3 different lakes when you're here. One is incredibly accessible, right off of a wooden path that you can just go jump in and swim right away. And then there are another 2 that have a little bit of a longer trail. I'll focus primarily on those while I'm here just because it's a little longer to get to. But just know that if you want to get here and take a short hike, you could just jump on that short trail and see a lake right away.
I've been here a couple times now, and this always seems to be the place where someone is either kayaking, picnicking, or swimming. And why not? It's a few hundred feet from your car, spring-fed lake with little streams going in and out of it, and a perfect place to just chill. Make sure to bring bear spray, because this is bear spray area. I kept mine attached to my backpack while hiking, just to be safe. But to truly appreciate all this area has to offer, it's time to get hiking to capture some amazing views. It's only about 6 miles round trip with about 750 feet of elevation gain, but during the summer, it can get really hot. Especially during that first switchback, which might have trees on both sides of you, but does not provide any canopy for shade from that hot sun.
Yeah, a little shade would be nice.
Right, I just finished saying that.
Well, that's why I'm telling you.
Right.
Well, I can say it too, so I'm saying it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I suppose you are the one who hiked the 750-foot high switchback in July without a hat, which does seem kind of dumb, but who am I to judge? You are, in fact, me. So, anyway, if you do get to the top and don't go crazy from the heat, you get to a great place to reflect with an amazing view.
So I know what everyone's thinking right now. You know, you're about a couple hundred feet higher than that other lake. So couldn't you take a super long hose and siphon the water out of that second lake into that first and search the bottom for treasure?
Literally no one's thinking that.
You know, I think some people are.
How would people even get treasure here?
We'll agree to disagree.
Well, regardless, I probably should have just cut this segment out, but I didn't want to make you mad, so here we are.
Well, the answer is yes, but why would you want to do that? It's such a stupid idea.
Great, real quality content there.
That is science.
Right, sure, okay. Anyway, continuing along this midpoint granite peak offers some pretty good views.
Pretty good.
So soak it up before you head down to the more view-obstructed and shaded trail that brings you to the second of 3 lakes, the creatively named Upper Lake. This trail provides significantly more shade along its one-way half-mile stretch, but with no switchbacks, it's a way more straightforward route that takes you to the bottom of the Upper Lake and all around its western bank for plenty of views.
So I am here at the Upper Lake, which is one of the ones you have to hike to about a couple miles, and the water is perfect. It's crystal clear. It feels amazing. And if you're looking for a more isolated lake rather than that one that's close to the entryway, this is a great one to check out. I really think you'll enjoy it.
Along its western edge, you'll find plenty of areas for campfires, and it can get fairly muddy, which makes sense since this lake is right on the bottom of these large Roman Nose Mountains where snowmelt gives the lake its beautiful blue water.
That's right, it's July, and we're still seeing snow. What was that?
The snowpack here in the mountains can last all year on these massive granite mountain tops. And it's these white caps that I think makes this place so gorgeous. It's also these mighty giants that give the area its namesake, giving the appearance of a Roman nose sticking right up to the sky from the right angle. Here, I'll embarrass myself to make it more clear. Now, hopefully next time you see these mountains, you'll think of my big schnoz. You're welcome, and I'm sorry.
So we're heading back to the Lower Lake Trail. The Upper Lake was incredible. If the Lower Lake is half as awesome, then these Roman Nose Lakes are pretty spectacular. A must check out if you're in Idaho.
To get to the Lower Lake, head back the half mile you came from to get back to the fork in the road. Then head down another half mile and a bit lower elevation to get to the third and final lake that make up the Roman Nose Lakes.
Alright, so whereas the Upper Falls Trail is fairly level once you hit that fork, the Lower Falls is pretty much all downhill, as the name would imply. You know, on the flip side, because it is out and back, we will have to be going uphill for quite some time. It looks like maybe about 3/4 of a mile, if I had to guess.
I say this lake doesn't have quite as amazing views as the Upper Lake, but it's still pretty gorgeous. And it did give me a chance to film this cool calf shot. How about that, eh? Those are dad calves.
So I'm at the lower lake of the Roman Nose Lakes, and beautiful. It is the warmest of all 3 lakes, probably because it's the sloppy second of the Upper Lake, but absolutely beautiful, just as beautiful as the other 3. Probably the least visited from what I can tell. It just seems like the least amount of people here. So yeah, highly recommend all 3. Great hikes for being in the middle of nowhere.
What I find neat about this lake is that it's on the edge of a mountain, with a small stream that comes from the lower lake leading onto a small waterfall and down into the wilderness of Kaniksu National Forest, eventually leading to Kootenai River, which goes all the way through Canada. It's a pretty lengthy and interesting journey for some snow that started on a nose-shaped mountain in Northern Idaho.
Alright, well, I'm heading back after exploring the Roman Nose Lakes in the panhandle of Idaho. Now it's your turn, so get out there and start exploring.
Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the adventure and it inspires you to take some of your own. If you want more, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and check out some more from my channel. Thanks.